Yeah.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah.
Well, actually, now I'm typing
Yeah.
corrected version of your answer. Uh,
Yeah.
road and their roadmap,
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
and of course, what happened? They took investors' money
Money.
and
Yeah.
praise disappeared. Yeah, ran away. So this happened.
Yeah.
Of course. Wow. Okay. And when you want to talk about, just you are not sharing your camera, I can see you. When you want to talk about past, so you can just back in that time. So back in
Yeah.
this one is good. Oh,
Yeah. In the big platform for crowdfunding,
yeah,
such as Kickstarter, my friend he he yeah, he raised some money from Kickstarter, but after that, he couldn't finish the project, and the Kickstarter they refund into the investor. So
yeah,
it's the investor not didn't lost their money because Kickstarter is a big
yeah.
platform and they do very well.
Yeah, of course, it depends. It's like,
Yeah,
some project, yeah, it depends. So especially
yeah,
when it comes to crypto project. So
mm,
it's like, it happens. So it's really difficult to find, I don't know, like because as investor, I mean, when you want to invest in crypto, so it's really difficult to find reliable or just, maybe trustworthy research to do this because
yeah,
sometimes they have good plans. Okay, so for
yeah,
example, they outline just, plan steps for project, but they can't follow and they
yeah,
can stick to the roadmap as I just used. So what
yeah,
happens, of course, it ends up when losing money. So they can't pay the
yeah,
money back. And of course, they
yeah,
need to just disappear. So there is no other way. So they need
yeah,
to just run away. But
yeah.
yeah. And some of them, like, especially when it comes to just online projects. So I don't know, some scammers. Like, I
Mm,
don't know, they want to cheat people. Actually, that is scam. They want to
yeah,
cheat people. Yeah. So we should
yeah,
be careful. So yeah, we should be careful, especially I don't do this because I don't have
yeah.
not that much wealthy to invest in something. Okay. Well, the next one, we have two words here. Loan, of course, you know the meaning and loan.
The
So
the mon the money that had to be repaid.
yeah, of course. So yeah.
I loan I loan money from bank for my business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for example, you can
Every
say I took out a loan. Because
yeah,
loan is borrowed money. Here is noun. That
yes,
is borrowed
yeah,
money. And what
yeah,
is it? You can say
yeah, yeah,
I took out a loan to, for
yeah,
example, invest, to pay, for
yeah, yeah,
example, for something. So take out is a
yeah,
good verb and you can use.
yeah. Maybe I borrow money from bank, such
Yeah.
as yeah,
I
from bank.
borrowed money from the bank. It's correct, of course, but let me actually here, there is a difference between
Yeah,
correct and natural. You know
yeah,
what is natural? Of course, is correct, is clear. So, of
yeah,
course, we borrow money from the bank. That is very, but if you want it, for example, in business context, you are talking to your colleague. So, or maybe you are representing your project or something like this. You should say, I took out, of course, it's take out, but here we are talking about past. So I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
I took out a loan. This is formal, this is business language. But of course,
Mm-hmm.
borrow money is really good. Why? Why not? Or I
Mm,
get a so everyday
mm,
speech. Yeah, of course,
mm.
conversational. I got a loan from the bank. Got is
Yeah,
conversational, business
yeah,
is takeout. Okay?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and the next one that is yeah, loan. A loan
Mm,
actually just loan.
yeah.
Yeah.
Loan on your own.
Yeah, of course. Loan means alone. Alone. Yeah. First.
That mean use 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 invest into the product by my own money, right?
So it's like no. So loan
The
means
mean the
alone.
meaning of
Okay. Okay,
yeah,
let me say loan here is an adjective. How to use
yeah.
it? Okay. For example, a lone person. A lone, for example, I don't know, just character. Okay, so this way, but you say loan money.
Mm,
Nope. Like not this, loan. My own is okay. My own is
yeah,
okay. But loan money is
mm,
not correct. We don't because this is an adjective means just alone, alone.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
this one, lone
yeah,
person, lone boy, lone, for example, I don't know, wolf. So different things, but not
yeah,
loan money. Yeah,
yeah.
course. For example, you can use it if it comes, let me okay, create a sentence. For example, I applied for just maybe a loan. Okay, a request to apply for a loan from the bank. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So, and the bank, okay, approved my loan request. Okay, this is about loan,
Yeah.
LOAN. Now,
Yeah.
another one, okay, if you want to use loan,
Mm,
LONE, that is definitely different. For example, you can use it this way. Uh,
mm,
I don't know. She is the loan, for example, employee of, for example, I don't know, who could stay or remain in this project like this loan, the only loan like this, but it's
mm,
not really common here. So, but
mm.
if you want to use it, a loan, more
Yeah.
general,
Yeah.
this one is better. Okay. And venture capitalist, angel investor.
Mm, venture capitalist mean that is a venture.
Yeah.
they
As
they have a lot of money ready for
investor.
invest, yeah, invest. So
Sure.
the angel investor mean the people who really want to invest in early stage of a product, and
Of course.
they maybe take a lot of risk
Yeah.
when they invest into the product,
Yeah.
because it may be not verified by market.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah. About
so
venture, I just thought VC. VC is venture
yeah,
capitalist. We normally use this. And
yeah,
if I want to give you a simple, that is startup investor. So
yeah,
startup
yeah, yeah,
investor.
yeah,
This is the meaning of it. Yeah. And
yeah,
the next one, angels, we have it. Uh,
mm,
okay. So the second one, angel investor. So I'm a wealthy person. I wanna actually invest in
yeah,
early, yeah, stage
yeah,
business, early stage business. So, and
mm,
I normally offer some guidance too. So if I,
mm,
give my money, so just do
mm,
this. And I try to
mm,
give some. So you can say angel investor is seed investor or private investor. Yeah,
mm,
you can say.
yeah.
Yeah. And so you
Yeah,
can,
so that means venture capitalist. met with firm that
Yes.
invest other people money in
Yeah,
new
of
business.
course. Of course.
Ace.
Yes.
Yeah. So angel investor is individual people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angel investor, of course. Yeah. B. And the next one, inspiration, perspiration. So what is the difference? So, let's see. Uh, I want to give you an example that is really good. Success is 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration. So what is the meaning of it? Uh, Hard work. So let me see. Sweet comes from okay. It's this one. This can be sweat. So this one, like sweat. But
Yeah.
actually, yeah, sweat. That like from hard work, you can use it.
Yeah.
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 So when
So
I
I think,
say yeah,
I think in present meeting with Ace, Fritz comes
yeah,
from his
perspiration,
time of
sweat.
hard work.
Yes.
Yeah. That means when I feel uh um that means I want to sometimes I face a very difficult situation. So I want to I just want to stop to because it tired or because it no hope. So I will think about the idol or think about some people who very inspire me to thinking about their roads and their journey. So yeah, so maybe I think that helped me to
Yeah.
to try again and try again a lot of time. So
Yeah.
I think I think it matching with keyword that's hard
Yeah.
work
Let me say
and
something.
exercise. Yeah,
About perspiration, it's a lot, something like it's more of physical when we say so
yeah,
because it's not only about hard work. So let me clarify this one. When we say, because what you said about perspiration, like somehow perspiration and perseverance are the same. No, they're different. Okay, they're two
yeah,
different words, but they sound a bit similar. How? When we say perspiration, so it's like the process of sweating when you work hard, when you, for example, after running, yeah, you are covering just, perspiration. So this is another sweat. And actually, it
mm,
can refer to hard work.
yeah,
So this is the
yeah,
first one. As you can see here, we have the meaning of it. Sweat comes from heat or exercise or hard work. So this is perspiration.
yeah,
It's more of physical.
and
But yeah, inspiration, of course, like this has different, like suddenly you just a brilliant, you come up with a brilliant idea and like a motivation, It's like creative
yeah,
idea, yeah. So
yeah,
inspiration can be idea, yeah,
yeah, yeah. Because but I think pers perspiration, inspiration, and perspiration. Uh, Maybe we have to manage them because maybe it's suddenly and I don't know and what I will think in the next time and in the next moment.
yeah,
But in price in price I can manage it. I can plan and I know that I will do 100 idea and 100 draft and 100 thing.
yeah,
But maybe it's not work at all. But
of,
but at least I can manage. I can manage them.
of
I
course,
can do it. I can do it.
yeah,
But yeah. But uh per person I don't. Yeah.
yeah, of course.
I can't manage
Because
it.
of this, when I said this one is, as I told you, because of this, I said success is 99%,
Yeah.
okay, perspiration,
Yeah.
and 1% inspiration. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, just,
Yeah.
it's a good idea, creative. After that, work
Yeah.
hard. Yeah, to,
Yeah.
yeah, of course, to hit your goal, to achieve your goal.
Yeah.
So 99% perspiration. So, of course, behind every successful, of course, maybe business, there
Yeah.
should be inspiration. So why?
Yeah.
We have a good idea, creative idea. So what makes a business different from, what makes a logo different from another? Exactly this
Yeah.
inspiration behind it. I don't know, just
Yeah.
something creative, a creative idea
Yeah.
behind it. But what makes you more successful than your colleague or another person exactly does what you do is your
Yeah.
perspiration. You work hard. So
Mm.
that is like,
Yeah.
yeah, that is the difference. So because of this, it's like, it's figurative. This word is figurative when
Yeah.
we use it as hard work, but physically
Yeah.
sweat. Yeah. But here, no. Here me
Yeah.
means actually we mean hard work.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay. Well, watch the whole interview with Thomas Hellman and number topics A to F in the order he
Yeah.
talks about them. So first, let's read them. Okay. So
Yeah.
A, tendencies of entrepreneurs, reason for failure, the type of people who become entrepreneurs, and the most important characteristic of entrepreneurs, tips for being
Yeah.
successful, and ways of financing a new business. So let's see. Okay, two. Let me stop sharing. And I think this one is. Okay. Share it again. Well, I think this one.
So the question of what's special about entrepreneurs and what kind of characteristics entrepreneurs has preoccupied people and researchers for many years. It is one of the lines of research that has proven to be slightly difficult and frustrating for the simple reason that you can't box entrepreneurs into something very small and specific. I would interpret my own experience and actually the research that has been done on this, that entrepreneurs come in all varieties, definitely all genders, definitely all ages, definitely all ethnicities, definitely all backgrounds. So I think it's quite dangerous to limit the notion of who can be an entrepreneur. Frankly, anybody can do it if they want it. Now, having said that, there are probably some human tendencies that will make you more inclined towards entrepreneurship. And certainly the first one that comes to mind is risk-taking. It turns out that that's actually confusing in the sense that notorious risk-takers, gamblers, don't necessarily become entrepreneurs. They go straight to Las Vegas or into the casino. And entrepreneurs are, I would say, risk tolerant, but they're not risk seekers. In fact, they see themselves as reducing risk. The job of an entrepreneur is not to take risk, but to manage risk. And so I think the willingness to deal with risk is something that entrepreneurs, do need. In addition to this question of risk taking and risk management, it is often said that entrepreneurs like control. And there's certainly a notion that entrepreneurs are willing to take control of a situation, take control of their destiny. And so we do find that entrepreneurship is associated with sort of this willingness and interest to control things. I would say there are two more characteristics that are really important. One is entrepreneurs tend to be optimists. It comes hand in hand with the control issue, but they're optimists because they're not on. I would say that entrepreneurs are optimistic, definitely, but it's really that the optimists choose to become entrepreneurs more than it's inherently entrepreneurs who are optimistic. It is when you become very optimistic about a certain opportunity that you jump into it and decide to take the entrepreneurial leap. Maybe the most important characteristic, however, is entrepreneurs are hardworking. We now have objective data on this. The hours of work put in by entrepreneurs are much higher than the hours of work of employed people. And in fact, entrepreneurs that have a corporation, not just the self-employed, but the ones who hire other people, tend to work the longest hours. So the one thing I would say that is definitely about true entrepreneurs is they work very hard.
But let's talk about the first braid. First, let's see what.
Mm, the most important characteristic of entrepreneur.
Yeah, of course. So what is the most important characteristic of entrepreneurs?
Mm, yeah, I don't remember. I only remember that the hard work people.
So you yeah, as I can see, of course, I'm not sharing the board. So the type of people who become entrepreneur, because here, let me show you. Let me
Yeah.
put this one. Okay. First, look, see, you mean the type of people who become entrepreneurs, right?
Uh, yeah.
Yes, definitely, yes. Okay, and let's see if we could get, how about the second
Tendency,
one? Yeah, tendencies
tendency. Yeah.
of entrepreneurs. Okay, and let's keep going. Let me see if we, this one,
More
yeah,
important.
the
Yeah,
most.
more important characteristic.
Yeah, of course. The most important characteristic of entrepreneurs. Okay, keep going with the rest of it. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Part two.
So at some point in time, almost every entrepreneur faces the question of how do I finance this? This is bigger than what I can just finance with my own resources. So where do you get the money from? People can get very confused about that. And some people's gut reaction is, well, I just got to talk to my bank manager. Well, hello, this is the 21st century. We don't have bank managers. You just try to go online somewhere for the bank today. So no, the answer is most probably not your bank manager. There is a whole ecosystem of investors out there, however, and there is no simple answer as to where you should get your money from because it depends on the type of business and, very importantly, on how far along you are with your business. First distinction every entrepreneur should make: do I want debt or do I want equity? Debt sounds great because all you have to do is pay back, but actually that's very difficult in a startup because you're typically not generating cash for a long time. And that's one of the many reasons why equity is actually often the right answer. You can get some debt from credit cards, but be careful. That can get very expensive very quickly. And so I tend to recommend not to use credit cards, except for transactional purposes, but not as a tool for getting investments. Occasionally, you're lucky you can get loans or there's certain grants. Beautiful if you can get them. But the majority of entrepreneurs at some point have to get some kind of equity financing. People then think, oh, let's go and talk to a venture capitalist. Well, it needs a lot of work and it needs a lot of preparation before you're ready to go to venture capital.
Well, okay, so let's talk about this part of his speech since, there is no time to watch it. We have six more just minutes. So let's
Yeah.
of the video. So let's talk about this part, and of course, we skip it for the next time. So just let me share the board
Yeah.
because, okay, now you can see. So let's see if you heard something else, like
The
maybe,
way the way of financing
yeah, of
a
course,
business
for
is
the business,
for. Yeah.
of course.
Yeah. So I think tip for being success is fine.
Yeah, of course. I think no reasons for failure. So like
Uh-huh.
what happens
Yeah,
when they can't make it. Yeah,
yeah,
of course.
yeah,
And the rest of it, of course, we couldn't listen to the rest of it. So we should do something. We skip this part, so we will. But because that
yeah,
is really good video, and we will talk about it. So of course
yeah,
we need to skip it for the next time. Of course, after your break. So then.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So of
yeah,
course you can recharge your battery and then keep going.
yeah,
So
yeah,
thank you so much and have a great just break. Enjoy it and
yeah,
see you after your break.
yeah. Thank you. See you
You're
once.
welcome. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
next week.
Of
Yeah,
course. Of
yeah.
course. Have a good one. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.